Everesting is fiendishly simple. Pick any hill anywhere in the world and repeatedly ride, run or ski up and down it in one activity with no sleep until you reach your elevation. Of course, there are other factors to consider, such as time, distance, location, access, facilities, gradient and course length, so not just any hill. My previous attempt at reaching an Everest elevation was on the 1st of March 2024, where I did 14 laps of the 1,000 steps in Upper Ferntree Gully. I could just go to Mount Everest at 8,848 metres, but it's too far away, too cold and too expensive. I've been thinking about the perfect gradient for an Everest style challenge, and I think it lies somewhere between 50 and 100%. Too much above 100% and you'll probably need some ropes, and too far below you'll need a lot more than 24 hours. The gradient formula is really quite simple. It's just rise over run, and is generally presented as a percentage. The basic concept of Everesting is to gain 8,848 metres of elevation and not go to sleep. This screen is probably more complicated than it needs to be, but what I'm trying to show is the difference between various types of walks at different levels of gradient and how they would play out at the Mount Everest elevation of 8,848 metres. And what you see down in the bottom half of the screen is there's some kind of sweet spot where it dips under 24 hours, but once you get to a vertical cliff it goes back up again to somewhere around 45 hours. So what is the sweet spot, and can I do this? I think I need a hill with a gradient around 75-77%. I'm going to need about 23 hours. I want to come in under the 24 hours. Probably going to have to do 12 kilometres of stair climbing and hopefully maintain a speed of about half a k an hour. This is my current list of hills and steps where the Everesting event could take place. I'm down here at the Black Rock Steps, and I've had the tape measure out, and what I've calculated is that there's 5 levels of steps here. It's over a 29 metre distance, there's 69 steps, and you get 11 metres of elevation. Here goes lap 1. One minute 18 as I start the second set. The clock's just ticked over 30 minutes. Pace says 23.3 and my distance is 1.24 kilometres. It's just gone through about 59.5 minutes, so I'll just finish this lap. As you can see here, there's a discrepancy between the tape measure and the Garmin watch, and I'm more inclined to trust the tape measure at this point. This stage of the game, these are my key learnings: that I need a way to count the laps. I quickly lost count. I need an accurate measure, and I think on a short course that would be a tape measure. On a longer course that would be the Garmin watch. It's going to be very hard. Probably on this course I need around 800 laps, and I reckon I could do 40 laps per hour, even though I did 48 laps in that first hour. I want to give a bit of time for rest, so I'll probably need around 20 hours, potentially up to 24, and I know that my Garmin watch is only good for around 15 hours of charge, so I'd probably need a battery backup. This table shows as the gradient increases, the distance decreases. I'm here at the Southland Steps, and it's a bit of a madhouse here with cars and people and probably security, but you can see the steps. Okay, here we go for 10 laps. Just coming up on 6 laps. It'll take about 90 seconds. I'll show you the view quickly. Well, that little 15 minutes has got me nicely warmed up. Just going to get back on my bike and head down to Mentone and see if I can find a set of stairs there. I'm just walking along the top of the cliff here at North Mentone. I found 2 really steep ramps, but I'm looking for some stairs. I found 55 steps here at Ricketts Point. Last lap here at Ricketts Point. So 10 laps of 55 steps. We'll gather the stats later. I found another set of steps at Coronet Grove. I've just arrived at the Royal Avenue stairs. I've been riding up and down and climbing steps for nearly 3 hours now. When I compared the local staircases, I found a number of consistencies. The gradients were all around 40%. The distances were all around 50 kilometres, and the duration were all around 20 hours. One of the main differences for me was the surface of the steps, and I did find the wood and the sand steps more forgiving than the concrete steps. Once again, I found that the measurements taken by the Garmin watch were significantly different from the actual measurements. When I first had this idea of walking up public steps, I thought I'd be able to find some steps with a 45-degree angle, which is 100% gradient. So I set my goal at just a little lower than that, at 35 degrees and a 70% gradient. But what I found in reality was that most public steps are around 38 to 40% gradient, and that equates to a 21-22 degree angle. I've updated my sweet spot calculations, and the following is now much more likely. That the staircase will have a gradient of 40%, the stairs 52%. I'll climb up and down around 46 kilometres. It'll take around 20 hours. My overall speed will be about 2.3 kilometres per hour. And in that time, I've included 20% of the total time for rest. So I'm training down here this morning at Black Rock. I've got a pack on today. It's only the second lap. It's got 7.5 kilo plate in it. Just on lap 4 now. It already feels like a struggle. I've just gone through 1 hour and I've got 44 laps. And this is distinctly harder than without this pack. I'm going to keep going for 50 laps with the pack on and then see what I want to do after that. I've just finished 50 laps with the 7.5 kilo plate in the backpack. That was really hard. It took 67 minutes to do the 50 laps. I'm just taking a quick break and then I'll do some more laps just without the pack on and just see what the recovery and what the difference is like. Well, that's the end of a 90-minute session. My legs are definitely feeling it. The addition of the weights made a massive difference. Today's little challenge is to see if I can get 1,000 metres of elevation on these steps here at Black Rock. So I'll see you in about 88 laps. Just finished 88 laps in 1 hour and 58 minutes, and that was a hard grind. Can I do that 8 more times? I don't know. I did have the little counter. It's easy to forget clicking that. So could have been 88, 87, 89, 90, who knows. But I think it was pretty good, better than before. I'm starving. Got to go home, get some food. So 88 laps. 88 laps, 1 hour, 58 minutes.